Hey everybody, Alvie from MobileCupOfJoe here, and I have a bearded review for us today. Today we're looking at the HTC One M9 from Verizon. Now this is a follow-up to HTC's M8 series from last year. And with all metal body construction and front-facing speakers, does this flagship have what it takes to be your choice this year? Let's find out. But first...
Alright guys, it's Marcus here, and before we get down to review, grab your coffee cup, sit on down, and take a swig of your MobileCupOfJoe.
Touting a design build similar to last year's M8, HTC hopes to bring something new yet familiar. The One M9 stands at a crossroads with HTC after the debatable success of the Nexus 9, and needs to be the standout flagship to prove that HTC has what it takes to take on the Samsungs and Motorola's out there. But does subpar battery life and underwhelming design outweigh the beautiful screen and stellar sound output to make the HTC One M9 a device to skip? Well, short answer, yes with an if. Long answer, no with a but. First things first, let's talk about what makes the HTC One. A dual-tone metal unibody is instantly striking in appearance, but that passion wanes as you hold the phone. It is heavy at 157 grams, and it's the first thing you notice when you pick up the device. And not only is it heavy, it's thick. It's 9.6 millimeters. This isn't aiming for sleek, thin style that we see from other manufacturers. But even if it's thick and heavy, it's still a very nice quality build. Everything from the volume rockers to the power button seems solid, and even the infrared blaster for remote control functionality integrates nicely into the frame. This looks nice. Obviously, the HTC liked the design of the M8, but still made subtle changes to improve. Durability comes to mind, and with uh-oh protection, you shouldn't have to worry about treating this with kid gloves. Even the cameras have a durable quality to them, with the rear-firing 20-megapixel shooter touting a sapphire cover lens. While some have given HTC a hard time about the picture quality on the One M9, I was quite satisfied with the results. This is not going to replace your DSLR by any means, but it does get great color out of videos and pictures while keeping the intended target in focus. Low light or sunlight, pictures captured what I was seeing. While difficult to convey in a review like this, since you are viewing it on your device and not in person, suffice to say I have received quite a few compliments on pictures and video from a variety of people when they viewed them. The camera did suffer a bit when the subject was backlit, however. The front-facing camera is great for selfies or in a group when you need to get everyone in the shot. And when viewed on the One M9 itself, everything seems so vivid on the 5-inch screen. The full HD 1080p display looks gorgeous. Colors popped without being overly saturated, animations were smooth, and games were a little more lively thanks to the 3GB of RAM. 3 gigs of RAM will keep you engaged without interfering with your enjoyment. Any and all tasks are handled with ease. Never did the phone stutter or choke, even when playing an online match and quickly jumping into Chrome for a bit and coming right back into the game. The action kept up. There was a slight lag in using the recent apps menu, but the apps themselves never showed any sign of struggle. Games and movies are a pleasure on this device. The 1-2 punch of display and sound thanks to HTC Boom Sound with Dolby Audio is hard to beat. These front-facing speakers really make the display come alive as they accurately represent sound. Media is fun on the One M9 and is quite immersive. I found myself drawn into the world a little more than usual. Some will argue about 1080p in a world of 4K, but on a screen this size, a higher resolution simply isn't necessary, especially when higher resolutions can eat away at battery life. Hands down, the battery life on the HTC One M9 is terrible. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 octa-core just eats battery. I tried a number of tricks and tweaks, but the best I ever could get was around 12 hours off the charger and about 2.5 hours of screen on time. This translates into a device that cannot last all day, even with minimal use. If you're really pushing the device with games, using the camera and such, you'll need to charge this by lunchtime, and then again by dinner. Every day with the device saw me debating whether or not I needed to use it, because I might need it for something later. In 2015, a flagship needs to be a device I want and can use constantly. not one where I have to prioritize use because I might need it for something more important later. It might not be able to since the battery's dead. But it does have Lollipop. Android Lollipop with HTC Sense is an interesting creature. Lollipop is one of Android's best looking builds, but Sense seems to make it fall flat. It's hard to explain why, but everything about Sense is just underwhelming. Nothing is ugly or breaks the experience, but there's just something about it that seems so, well, basic. HTC does give you the option to add themes to your device, similar to Cyanogen or even Sony, and that does help a lot. There are a lot of good looking themes available, and some of them really help the M9 shine, but as it comes out of the box, HTC Sense just doesn't feel as polished as that dual tone metal body. Call quality on the M9 was great. The caller and I both sounded clear. There were never any drops or any static. And both of us had a rich, full tone that helped ease longer conversations that tend to hurt your ears on a more tinny speaker over time. Wi-Fi calls and regular cell calls both sounded great. With high quality sound, I didn't mind if the conversation ran a little long. Currently available in either silver or gunmetal gray with a gold version coming soon, you can pick up the HTC One M9 for $200 on contract on all the major carriers, or you can buy it unlocked for $650 outright. I really want to like the HTC One M9. There's so much going for it. Great screen and sound, very acceptable camera and hardware. The device looks cool and stands out in an ocean of glass rectangles, even if it looks a lot like last year's M8. And is built to last, especially with uh-oh protection. I can even get by with the lackluster skin that is Sense on top of Android, but the absolute deal breaker is the battery life. It is unacceptable that in 2015 a device is unable to retain its charge without being continuously plugged in. But when the entire experience with the device hinges around trying to make it into the night with any battery left, I'm left uninspired with no desire to actually use the device. So does subpar battery life and underwhelming design outweigh the beautiful screen and stellar sound output to make the HTC One M9 a device to skip? Well, short answer, yes, if battery life is of any concern to you. Long answer, no, but you might not be able to use it after dark. Well, that's our review of the HTC One M9 from Verizon. Agree or disagree? Be sure to leave a comment down below. Also, let me know if you plan to pick up one of these. How's it working for you? Thanks for watching. Be sure to click subscribe and check out some of our other videos while you're here. We'll see you next time.